Welcome to the 2013-2014 winter anime season chart thing, seasonal preview, whatever. Anyways, it's time for another seasonal preview, because the season is right around the corner, and by right around the corner, I mean tomorrow, as of the recording of this, which hopefully will come out the same day, but these require a lot of editing, so I don't know. As per usual with these seasonal previews, the way they work is that primarily they're just to point out what shows I think may be good, which ones I may think will not be good, which shows I'm going to watch. Pretty much just see for yourself, make your own opinions, stuff like that. I have been wrong before. A lot of shows that I thought were going to be great ended up being shit. A lot of shows that I thought were going to be shit ended up great. You never know what's going to happen. All you're going off of is a picture and a synopsis, so you never know how it's actually going to turn out. So, I guess without further ado, we should just move straight on into the horribly butchered Japanese title pronunciations. Hey, maybe we'll get a sequel to How to Pronounce Japanese the Right Way. So first up we have Chosen Marabo Batrosh, which doesn't even have a plot summary. So, I'm gonna skip it. In fact, you know what? I should really skip these first two kid shows, because they're just kid shows, and no one's ever gonna translate them. They started airing December 7th. I haven't even heard about them, so they're kind of pointless. The first thing we have here that has an actual synopsis is Double Circle. Japanese Electronic Corp. Good start. Japanese Electronics Corporation Toshiba is collaborating with the city of Kawasaki in Kanagawa Prefecture to create the Double Circle online short anime series. The meaning of the title Double Circle is a reference to the infinity symbol and the community that evolves infinitely by the energy and ICT information and communication technology in the Smart Community Project. The story centers on the residents of Kawasaki who incorporates the ideas of energy, environment, and activation of the regional economy using ICT, not JCT. God, I cannot see today. This is the weird thing collaborating with Toshiba, doing random shit that I'm pretty sure is not even getting translated, so it's pointless. In fact, like, the first 4 things on this list aren't even getting translated, so I'm not even sure why I'm going over them, but I am. In case for some reason, like, something here is something you want to see, and then you can scour the depths of the internet to see if you can find it translated anywhere, maybe. Probably not. I don't know. Let's just move on to the next one. We have Poopevo, which is a cool name. The story centers around Wakaba Himeji, a 5th grade girl who can see things others cannot. Talk about vague. As a result, she is scared by her surroundings, keeps her distance from others, and lives a lonely life. One day she meets a mysterious, soft, pink creature that cries, Poopevo! And her life is changed from that day forward. That might actually be an interesting story in and of itself, but I've, again, never heard of this, and I don't think it's getting a translation anywhere on the internet. Maybe it is. I don't think it is, though, not that I'm aware of, so I can't even watch it, but if this was like a main show that was airing that's going to be airing, I should say, for this season, I'd probably watch it. But like I said, I don't think I'd be able to find it anywhere, so it's a thing. Whatever. The first actual show that is probably going to actually get translated somewhere on the internet is Robot Girls Z, which is anime shorts featuring girls dressed as various famous robots and toys anime catalog. The stars of the new Robot Girls Z series are Z-chan, a girl reimagining of Mazinger Z, or Mazinger, I'm going to horribly mispronounce these. Gri-chan, Great Mazinger, and Grendasan, UFO Robo Grendizer. Together they try to defend Photon Power Town from the mechanical beast girls Dublas-chan and Garada-chan. The villains are led by Baron Ashura, the underground emperor bent on world domination, or at least town domination. It seems like one of those superhero shows that's like kind of self-aware of what it is, and so it doesn't take itself entirely seriously, which sounds like it could be fun, but is still not really my type of thing. I don't know. It's still gonna be standard kind of superhero Sentai stuff, and, you know, even if they're poking fun at themselves, I guess it depends on the level of how much they're poking fun at themselves. But I probably wouldn't, I'm sure it's full of a shit ton of references to you know, the various robot shows that Toei does or whatever, like Mazinger and such, or Mazinger, I don't know how to pronounce it. And I haven't watched them, so I'm probably not going to get any of those reference jokes and such, so I guess I shouldn't even bother. Moving on, we have Serokai Yakuindomo ***. Sequel to the Serokai Yakuindomo TV series, Takatoshi is a new student in a recently gender-integrated high school and is asked to join the student council as the vice president. thus begins his days as the only normal boy among 3 female student council officers. So this is a sequel to the first season that aired, I don't even remember how long ago that was, at least a year, it's been a while, to a comedy that wasn't really all that funny. Basically, this guy moves into this school, which is an entirely all-girls school. It doesn't really have harem hijinks. It has a bunch of main female characters, but they don't really give a shit about him for the most part. It's mainly just lots of unfunny sexual comedy. Basically, all the girls make a lot of sexual references and puns, and it's funny because they're girls, and so being perverted is funny when you're a girl, because girls. I'd rather have an actual second season of Setokai no Ichizone, which I think is the superior Setokai show. The only second season we got was some shitty OVA weird web series thing that wasn't that good and replaced like 2 of the most important characters' voice actors. So, yippee. Moving on, we have Saikin Imoto no... I got this. Saikin Imoto no yoso ga choto o kaishin daga. In this romance comedy, a girl named Mitsuki Kanzaki lives with her stepbrother Yuya after her mother remarries. One day, Mitsuki is possessed by the self-proclaimed spirit of a young girl, Hiyori Kotobuki. Hiyori, in Mitsuki's body, must fall in love with Yuya to move towards the gates of heaven. Now, this sounds like kind of an interesting concept, because it's like, oh, this chick, imports herself, or, gets transplanted into this girl, essentially, because she's, a spirit, and so she needs to, fall in love with someone to move on. And the person just happens to be the chick's brother. So, it's maybe some heartwarming, oh, I gotta connect to people to move on. And then at the same time, maybe some comedy, because it's like, hey, they're related. No. Funny enough, I've actually read the chapters that were translated. Some may be more translated by this point, but I've read the translated chapters that were out for this a month ago. I don't even remember how I ended up on it. I was just reading random shit. This is random ecchi bullshit. Don't doubt it, and this is gonna be anything else. It's random ecchi bullshit. In fact, I'm amazed that this is actually getting a normal TV show airing, considering it's not explicit in that it doesn't show anything explicit. But it's very obvious that the pleasure meter they have to build up is fueled, well, mainly on feelings, but it gets a large boost when the girl orgasms. And she does that a couple times in just the first few chapters. So I'm not sure how they're gonna just kind of breeze past that. I guess they'll just say it happened and they'll be like, yeah, that totally happened, without actually showing it. I don't fucking know. It's stupid ecchi hijinks. It's kind of funny occasionally with random things, but not really all that much. I kind of just want to watch it just for the simple fact that I actually have seen or read some of the chapters. So I just kind of want to see, it'll go further than the chapters I've read, because I only read 4 chapters. Because that was all that was out. I don't know why I was reading it. But yeah, I don't know. In some weird masochistic way, I'm interested where the story's going to go. But yeah, it's a lot of stupid ecchi hijinks, so don't expect it to be anything deep. Next is Buddyfight, anime adaptation of Bushiroad's future card Buddyfight trading card game. Plot summary not available yet. Great. Good start. It's just an adaptation of a trading card game. It's basically serving as an advertisement for the trading card game so they can get a bunch of sales. It's essentially Yu-Gi-Oh! Except Yu-Gi-Oh! Was actually entertaining in how, well, it didn't seem that bad when you watched it when you were a kid, but when you look back on it, yeah, it was pretty bad. But it was amusing bad. Even now you can look back on it and be like, damn, that was funny. But no, this is probably just gonna be bad. Look at that super serious art right there. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. Not my thing. Next, we have Witchcraft Works. The story centers around Hanoka Takemiya, a boy whose classmate Ayaka Kagari is talented in sports, excels in classes, and is attractive on top of everything. She also happens to be there are words missing in the synopsis. She also happens to be the most powerful witch on Earth. Her purpose in life is to protect Takemiya at all costs. So this basically sounds like a pretty, self-insert wish fulfillment thing. Some pretty girl who has magic is going to protect you for your life, because why the fuck not? So it sounds pretty dumb, but I've heard people talking about this a decent amount, and normally these kinds of stories don't really get talked about or hyped up at all. They just kind of happen, and then maybe they get popular. but a lot of people have been talking about this, or mentioning it in both very positive and negative ways, and so I'm kind of interested to see, what it's like, I guess, and make my own decision. So I'm probably actually gonna watch this and give it a go and see how it turns out. I'm interested. I don't have any high expectations, but I just want to see where it goes. Next up, we have Space Dandy. I almost wanted to pronounce that star. The story revolves around Dandy, an alien hunter. His job is to seek out new aliens never seen before and receives a reward whenever he finds a new species. His mission is to find those new species faster than anyone else as he travels the galaxy, together with the Bucket of Bolts robot QT. I see what you did there. And the dimwit alien Meow he picked up along the way. He comes into contact with new planets and their inhabitants. So, this is a series being directed, obviously the most hyped up series coming out this season, being directed by Watanabe. Popular for his work on, Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo, while people conveniently forget that he also did the incredibly mediocre Kids on the Slope. So, who knows how this could turn out? It could be pretty good, could be pretty bad, could be just mediocre again. But the synopsis sounds fun. It sounds like it's a comedy, he's gonna run around and be kind of a goofball, essentially, and discovering new species. Maybe it'll be more serious than that, I don't know. It's interesting in how it's getting simulcasted, essentially, on TV. So I may actually end up watching this on my goddamn television. But then again, I don't know. I'm probably gonna watch the first episode when it comes out on television, just because it'll be, like, a momentous thing. It'll be like, oh, this is history in the making, or something, I don't know. So I'll watch the first episode on TV, but I'll probably also watch the subtitled version, and I'm going to decide which one I like more. Because I don't know if this is going to be a literal English dubbing where they just take basically the translated script, and they're like, here, voice it, or if it's an adapted script. Because typically, adapted scripts are a lot better. So I'm going to watch the sub and dub version of the first episode, decide which script I like more, see what they're doing with their scripts and such, and then I'll go from there. But yeah, I'm going to watch it. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, and I'm not going to hype the shit out of it, but I'm interested to see how it turns out, definitely. Next we have Noragami. At the boundary between this realm and another, there live 8 million gods, dead spirits who serve the gods, and other spirits who help and meddle in the affairs of humans. A sweet middle school girl named Hiyori Iki has been enduring bullying from her classmates, and she goes to the restroom by herself to cry. Scrawled on the bathroom wall is a phone number and the message, I solve your troubles. After Hurray calls the number, she encounters a homeless, unemployed figure who proclaims himself a god. Crude, unpredictable, and worthless, he does not answer people's prayers, and no one acknowledges him. However, he has one sole power, the ability to cut all who pass between this world and the next. It sounds kind of like an interesting plot synopsis and how it could turn out. I mean, it could be actually pretty dramatic with the chick being bullied all the time, and, she's pushed to crying, and she could go through some character arcs and learn some resolve in herself, or she could just rely on this guy with superpowers to solve everything for her. But I don't know. I mean, honestly, a lot of shows that I normally would be like, yeah, this could be pretty good, I'm just, like, wary about, because the winter season is infamous for being complete shit for shows. It is the least quality, I guess you could say, anime season. It's probably because fall is typically the best season, and winter's right after that. It's kind of like January for, like, live-action Hollywood movies. All the movies that are, like, getting, Academy Awards and Oscars come out in December so they can get nominated, and then all the other shows get pushed into January because they're just like, fuck it. They're not going to get nominated, really, and no one's going to win because it's in January, so let's just put all the shitty shows in January. This winter season is basically Hollywood's with January. A lot of shit shows. So, getting back on track, though, I'm going to give Noragami a shot. Like I said, if it was any other season, I'd be like, this could be pretty good. It sounds interesting. But I'm going to be wary, but I'm going to go into this and give it a shot. Like I say, if it ends up being shit, I can always drop it. Usually I try and give at least 3 episodes to see where it goes, but sometimes shows are so fucking bad that I just can't get past 3 episodes. And then sometimes shows are just so bad that I like laughing at them, and then I can just, watch them all the way through and just laugh. Anyways. Moving on, we have Buddy Complex. The story will revolve around the friendship and coming of age of 2 boys. It begins with Albo Wataze, a boy who goes to high school in Tokyo and lives a carefree daily life. On the morning of his school's opening ceremony after summer vacation, he goes to campus as usual, but he has a chance encounter with another boy. The other boy's name is Junyo Dio Weinberg. Their encounter will soon alter the fate of the world. Fun fact, Buddy Complex already had a pre-airing released online. I think it was a couple days ago. And I didn't watch it myself, but for what I've heard, it's a lot of campy fun. Like, the script is silly, but not like, oh god, this script is fucking awful kind of way, but like, they're having fun with the script kind of way. And the synopsis itself kind of sounds like yaoi bait, you know, because it's like, oh, two boys coming of age, they're totally gonna fuck. I don't know, though. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it just really is a friendship story. I don't know. But I can see that fucking mecha in the background. God damn it, Sunrise. Try and make a show without mecha for once. I guess don't fix what isn't broken, right? But yeah, I'm gonna give it a show. Give it a show. I mean, give it a shot. I like campy fun. I watched Valve Rave all the way through. That was crazy. Buddy Complex could be the next Valve Rave for all we know. It practically fucking looks like it. The main chick looks like, what's her name? Saki from Valve Rave. And then, I can't really see the guy in this promo art because he gets cut off, but he looks all fancy like the Dorsians were in Valve Rave. This basically looks like another version of Valve Rave. Really, it does. Like, just this promo art is like, But still, like I said, the script is kind of like silly and fun apparently, so I'm gonna give it a go. Moving on, we have Nobunaga the Fool. The Western planet, and the Eastern planet. Once upon a time, the two sides were bound by the Dragon Pulse spanning the heavens. The civilization that once had prospered has now turned to a tale of dreams, as the indistinguishable flames of war tear the realm asunder. The return of the super technology known as sacred treasures could revolutionize the world order, but no one knows of them but one person. A heretical girl. A girl from the Western planet, Jean Kaguya Dark, saw heavenly visions of the birth of a star messiah who will save the world. She embarks on a journey to the Eastern planet with Leonardo da Vinci, the one who observes the world. They come across the heretic of the Eastern planet and the greatest fool of the day, Oda Nobunaga. So, Japan and anime in general seems to kind of have a boner for Oda Nobunaga. There have been many shows reimagining him, usually as kawaii moe girls, for whatever weird reason. It's almost as bad as our addiction to the Sengoku era and turning those heroes into fucking girls. Although for all I know, Nobunaga was in the Sengoku era. I don't know Japanese history, okay? But what's interesting about this is actually a huge project. This is getting an anime, and I know they're also working on like a live action like play of Nobunaga the Fool, which is interesting. That they're being so expansive about it, and they're putting a lot of effort into this kind of, I don't want to say series, this project, I guess. It's interesting. And the Nobunaga the Fool voice casting is lots of good people, too. I believe I saw Yuki Kaiji in there. I'm pretty sure Mamoru Miyano was too. Lots of really high A-tier voice actors are doing work on this show. So it's probably the one show that I actually am excited for this season, and I hope it doesn't let me down. I know I shouldn't get hyped for something just based on voice cast, but I like the fact that they're putting so much work into this series. Like I said, about how they're doing this and a live action play, and they're also doing some other things with it. I don't remember. I think it may be getting like a book version too or something. I don't even remember. But it's an original series, and when you have a new original series like this, and they're putting so much work into making all these versions of it, it just seems like, I guess they could just think it's going to make a lot of money, but otherwise it just seems like they think it's something that genuinely deserves to have all these versions and such, and so I like when, creators have so much faith and enjoyment in the work they make. It's cool. So I'm definitely excited for it, and I hope it turns out as good as the makers think it's going to be. Next, we have Sasuke Zenkokuhen, which is a sequel to the Sasuke TV series, which is good, because I didn't watch the original Sasuke TV series, which means I could skip this. If you watched the original Sasuke series and you did enjoy it, here's your sequel. If you didn't, you're like me, either watch the original Sasuke and then watch this, or just don't watch it at all. Moving on, we have Tonari no Sekikun. The story revolves around a girl named Yakoi who sits next to a boy only known as Sekikun. During class, Sekikun continues to not pay attention and instead creates amazingly thorough little distractions, such as a detailed golf course with the course's hole being a dent in his desk, or an entire dramatic war being played out by paper shogi pieces. If I remember the information for this correctly, these are only going to be 5 or 10 minute shorts? I believe 10 minutes. The episodes are only going to be 10 minutes long. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I don't think they're going to be full length. But it's really interesting. It's basically, the entire concept is just this chick sits next to this guy, and he does a bunch of, as the promo art even shows itself, a bunch of crazy shit he does on his desk, and she has to struggle to pay attention to class while he does all this crazy shit. But it's amusing seeing her conflict between trying to pay attention and seeing, trying to also pay attention to this crazy shit this guy's doing on his desk, who apparently no one ever notices except her. I really like this promo art. I would just like to mention that it perfectly encapsulates what the series is about. I'm definitely give it a go, especially because it's a shorter runtime. Like I said, I could be wrong, or they could have changed, but I'm pretty sure they announced it was going to be like 10 minutes at most, each episode. Or maybe what they're going to do is it's going to be normal length, but technically each episode is going to be 2 of them, just mashed together? I don't know. But anyways, either way, it's interesting to see what kind of crazy shit the guy does, and, it's funny seeing just the stuff happen. I've already said all this, I don't know why I'm repeating myself. But yeah, I'm going to give it a go. It seems fun. Next we have Sono Annie, Super Sonico the Animation. Super Sonico is the mascot girl of the Nitro Supersonic events held by Nitro Plus. In her backstory, she is already a photo shoot model, game character, and a musician. Even as she studies as a college student, she is also part of a 3-piece girl band named Daichi Uchu Sokudo, fastest speed in space, as the vocalist and guitarist. So, a lot of people make jokes that it's basically Vocaloid all over again, except she's not, a voice recording, essentially. She's essentially an idol, and does all this crazy shit and is stupid popular for various reasons. Against my better judgment, I actually kind of want to watch this, even though I've seen the preview trailer and it's literally just her being an idol all over the place, like, even shows her doing a photo shoot in the thing. But I don't know, like, the preview trailer didn't seem all that skeezy. Like, I mean, yeah, they had the photo shoot where she was, like, in a bathing suit, but it didn't seem like it was focusing too much on, like, the camera angles were getting in on her and being like, oh yeah, you wanna fuck this, don't you? Yeah. It wasn't like that. It was just like, yeah, she's doing a photo shoot and she's in, she's in a bathing suit. That's what idols fucking do. What do you expect? It seemed like it was not being, like I said, it didn't seem like it was being skeezy about it. So I'm actually kind of interested, in a way, in seeing it, play out if it's not gonna, completely fucking pander to people and it's just gonna be like, well, yeah, she's gonna occasionally be in bathing suits, but that's part of her job. I'm interested. So I want to see if they can continue that tone-wise from what I saw in the trailer, or if they turn into completely stupid bullshit, which will probably be the case because winter season. But, well, like I said, if it's bad, I can drop it. But I'm going to give it a go. Who knows? It could end up being good. You never know. Next, we have Nobunaga. Speaking of Oda Nobunaga, the stylish action story opens with high school girl Shio Ogura visiting Taiwan on a school trip when she is caught in a surprise attack by monsters called Evolved Invaders. The military is useless against them, but in the middle of the chaos, the mysterious E-Gene holder agents from the government organization Dogu appear. Thanks to technology, these agents wield weapons infused with the spirits of great historical figures. Gandhi is now a barrier, and Newton is a gravitational maneuver. When her friend is endangered, Shio awakens the ability to wield one such weapon, the great Japanese warlord Oda Nobunaga as a giant machine gun. So, this seems like a series that isn't really taking itself seriously and is just being ridiculous, but the promo art makes it seem otherwise. But then again, I've seen, silly shows have promo art like this anyways. I also like the tentacle that's going around her leg. Good start. But I actually kind of want to watch it. I mean, I'm already watching an Oda Nobunaga show. I may as well watch another one so I can compare them to each other unfairly. I don't know. I mean, I may as well go for when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Watch all the fucking Oda Nobunaga shows airing in one season. I don't know. Fuck it. Why not? Like I said, it seems like it doesn't take itself seriously, and if it doesn't, it could be lots of fun. If it takes itself seriously, maybe it could still be good. Probably not, because the synopsis sounds incredibly retarded. But I don't know. Maybe execution-wise, it's pretty good. Like I said, I just want to watch it because, I don't know, fuck it. Because fuck it, I guess that's my motto for this season. Like, whenever I pick up a show I wouldn't normally pick up, I'm just going to say that. Moving on, we have Mina Itamare, Falcom Gakuen. The warriors who have been warped by the rampaging power of justice have been summoned into the world of Xanadu. It's up to Dark Fact, a former villain, and Principal Lappy, to re-educate these students. So this sounds like a completely fucking boring premise. And Xanadu reminded me of Shakugan no Shana, which instantly made the show seem completely mediocre in comparison. because Shanna's the best show that was ever made by a human being. Yeah. Even regardless of that, it doesn't. This is a really boring synopsis, and even the promo art looks incredibly boring. And that loli looks like she is literally 2 feet tall, so that's kind of weird. I'm just nitpicking at this point. I don't know. I'm not interested. I don't care. It's based off some manga. It doesn't even say what animation studio is doing it. Probably know it could be 4-minute shorts. I don't know. Just it doesn't catch my attention. It seems dumb. But as per usual, when I say I'm not going to pick up a show, if people end up being, oh, it's so good, and then I may just pick it up. I mean, people did that with Kyosogiga last season, but I still didn't watch it. Oh well, I don't always pick up shows when people say they're actually good, but I'm just saying, there's a possibility. Moving on, we have Tuaru Hikishu e no Kuete. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. The story of love and aerial combat follows a former prince who lost everything to a revolution, a girl who became the symbol for the revolution, and another girl on a journey of her own. The orphaned prince, now renamed Kareru, embarks on a one-way voyage to discover the ends of the heavens. Aboard the levitating island of Asura, he meets a girl named Claire. So it seems like it could be some random harem hijinks kind of show, but I don't know. I like the promo art, and it seems like it could be a really interesting story about characters who are actually kind of maybe fleshed out. You know, he's a former orphaned prince. It says a girl who became the symbol for the revolution, so it could be about her doing, like, stuff as a symbol of the revolution and, like, having struggles with that. I don't know. And another girl on a journey of her own. It seems like, go figure, the main female characters may actually be fleshed out and may actually be doing things on their own. Such a revolutionary concept, anime. Except the sad part is that it's actually true. But yeah, it seems like these characters could be really interesting. And like I said, I like the promo art. I don't know why. I have weird standards when it comes to promo art. Like, I could find 2 completely opposing styles of promo art and be like, I love these! And then, like, the middle ground, I'm like, this is fucking dumb. But I don't know. I'm just here to say what I think. I think it could be pretty entertaining. I tried to say interesting, entertaining at the same time. It could be an interesting show. The characters seem like they could be pretty good. So I'm gonna give it a go. Next we have Dfrag. Kazama Kenji likes to believe he is something of a delinquent. Moreover, others seem to like to agree that he is. Of course, Kenji's gang finds their way to a group of 4 not-so-normal girls: Chidose, Sakura, Monami, and Roka. And all at once, whatever reputation he may have is nothing compared to the outrageous behavior of these girls. I like how they're conveniently 4 of the girls, and they're probably in some group together, and I just want to compare everything to K-On! I don't know. It doesn't seem like my kind of show. It seems like a bunch of moe girls doing stupid bullshit. Although I like the purple-haired chick. She looks like she'd be cool. She looks also, like, sadistic as hell. Makes me think of Seika no Ichizan. Because I was just talking about that not long ago. Yeah. Anyways. So, I'm probably not going to watch this. Also, because, nothing against Brains Base, but Brains Base has very shoddy reputation with shows. They do a lot of really mediocre to not so good shows, but also very occasionally put out very good shows. But this doesn't seem like it's going to be one of those. So I'm going to give it a pass. I just don't like when a show's focused on a cluster of girls and they just seem to not be all that interesting and they're just there for their looks, I guess. Yeah. Next up, we have Wusou no Sono Higurashi Kokusuehen. Sequel to the Wusou no Sono Higurashi TV series. 3D shorts centering around Wusou, a mysterious mascot character who lives on the internet and whose charming appearance bellies a corrupt heart that craves for money, meat, and gals. It actually sounds pretty funny, but I actually didn't watch the first season, so it doesn't even matter to me, so I'm not even gonna watch it. Yay! If you watched the first season of Wusou, here's your second season. Or third season? Isn't it actually like the third season of Wusou or something? I don't even know. If you watched Wusou previously and you want more, here you go. If you didn't, then who cares? Next up, we have Hamatora, which makes me think of Hamtaro. Jesus Christ. The story revolves around Minimum, or Minor Miracle, a special hereditary power discovered only in an extremely limited number of humans. Those who possess such powers are known as minimum holders. Well, that's a vague premise if I've ever heard of it. But in this case, the vague premise actually works. I'm actually kind of interested. And like I was saying before, I like the promo art. So, Like I said, it's not too bad of a deal for me to pick up shows. I know some people are different, but I don't have a problem with dropping shows. So if I just pick up a show and it ends up being shit, I can just drop it. So, which is why I'm willing to pick up so many shows at once, because when they're bad, I can just drop them. If they're bad. Sometimes they're really good. But yeah, I'll give it a go. Why not? It seems interesting. Still makes me think of Hamtaro with the title, though. But hey.